Right, stock pick time. Simon, let's just stay with you. Your stock pick, I could guess what it is, but let us know.
So I'm going with gold. I scratched my head long and hard over the weekend, and then this morning saw gold and scratched even harder. And I just don't know how this is going to play out. So where does one go? Well, you go where it's some certainty. So we could go with dollars, we could even go with cash, but I think gold, it's held at that sort of 5,000 level. And if anything, the bull case for gold is strengthened by this, which is geopolitical uncertainty, geopolitical concerns. It started with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Even if the war in Iran gets resolved in the next couple of days or hours, it doesn't remove the broader tensions that are out there. So I think there's still a space, and at this point, gold over the miners. At some point, you might want the miners, but I think now, if you haven't got some gold in your portfolio, it's certainly worth having a look at and adding some yellow metal, particularly if we see weakness back to around that 5,000.
Yeah. Right, Jordan, something different from gold?
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about Disney today. I think not for next week or next month, but as a longer term holding, I think it belongs in a lot of portfolios. In a lot of the recent discussions we have with the families we work with, a recurring concern, and not just in the families we work with, but I think in markets more generally for the last while, has been, am I overly exposed to AI? A lot of clients have done really well and seen massive gains off of these Mag 7 type companies that typically, or a lot of them, are exposed to that AI theme. I think more and more so, clients are a bit concerned about that concentration risk within their own portfolios. And we see Disney as a decent complement to a growth-heavy portfolio. There's still some of these, there is still some exposure to the AI theme. I don't know if you read, but a couple of months ago, they signed a deal with OpenAI, and they were more open to incorporating some of these video generation tools into their toolkits. So I think while it's not an AI play, it's pleasing to see the company's got some open-mindedness to that. We have had the CEO change recently, so the individual named Josh DeMauro was running their parks as well as their cruise lines, is now taking the CEO, or will be taking the CEO position from Bob Iger. Bob Iger's come back to the business like 2 or 3 separate times, I believe, so we may see him again, hopefully not. But I think it's a business that adds a nice mature element to more growth-focused portfolios. Granted, there are correlations. It's still an equity, if markets sell off broadly.
We'll need to leave it there, I'm afraid. Disney and gold, both really good. Thanks to both of you. I do appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to chat on Stockwatch. Well, thanks to our guest, Jordan Toy from Legacy Family Wealth, and to Simon Brown from Just One Lap. That's all for Stockwatch today. Just a reminder, don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. as we'll be bringing you the live broadcast of the Housing Budget Speech. That's right here on Business Day TV. Up next, The Close.